Hello everyone, welcome to the newest edition of Wisconsin Johnson Outdoors. Wisconsin Johnson Outdoor Pro Staffer Pup Johnson heads out to Caribou Lake again in northern Minnesota to try his luck at some lake trout, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Caribou Lake. The last time I was up here was probably 2 weeks ago. We're going to give it another go today. I would have been up here earlier, but up here in northern Minnesota we've had about 10 days in a row where the high never got above zero. So today was actually 10 below when I got out here. It's supposed to get up to 22 below, or 22 above I should say. Finally got my heater running. I've had some action on my Vexillot already. So hopefully if this keeps up, we got some, we'll have a good show for you today. So right now I'm just jigging with like a little walleye jig. I tipped it with 2 grubs just to get something down here. My plan is I brought some frozen smelt with me. I bought a new little spoon. I'm gonna put the head on the spoon. I'm gonna use the rest of the smelt body and put it on the jig that was in my the last episode when I was out here. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit more bait down here. All right, so I'm finally actually what I would call fishing. I'm done screwing around, setting things up. I did put my underwater camera down my rattle reel hole to see what was going on down there. I've seen some fish on the very bottom. Some guy came over and chit-chatted with me for a little bit. And I just saw a mark. Oh, and there's a little fish down there, right on the very bottom. There's a fish over just below my battery marker. Kind of went out the screen now. So I got something coming right kind of underneath my shiner body, kind of coming towards my jig. That way he goes. Looks kind of small. My jig is pretty much like maybe 3 feet off the bottom. The only action I've had so far is trying to catch my fish house from blowing across the lake. I'm seeing fish down there, I just can't get them to bite. There's actually 2 of them there. Just tried calling Scott to see how he was doing. I know he's out tip-up fishing, but he never answered, so he must be busy.
Feel something? Yep. All right, he's got one. Okay, watch out for the line, guys, so you don't get tangled up. There we go. Nice. Yeah. All right, we measured it 14.5-ish, so it's going to go back down the hole. All right. There we go.
You little slime ball. Come on. Come on. on. Oh, I thought that was the time. Right now I have like a little crappie jig on with the tip with a wax worm. I was thinking maybe all my other stuff was too big, but man, I just don't know what to do. So far, 0 fish on the ice, but I am seeing a ton under the ice on my underwater camera. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or what else I can do. I just can't get them to bite. And maybe they're just cruising around right now. Maybe they're not even feeding yet. Maybe that'll come this afternoon or later this evening. But I don't know. At least it's interesting watching them come through on my camera. I just hope I get to see one hit it here pretty soon. So I'm about in 37 feet of water here. The green line you can see way up top there, or I mean not up top, but in the middle. That's the underwater camera. So I'm about what, 5, 10, 13 feet above it. So I don't think that's spooking them. And I've been fishing pretty much in this little area here, 4 to 5 feet off the bottom. I haven't really been up this high at all. I haven't really seen any marks come in that high. Everything seems to be coming here or even more towards the bottom. I did see probably the biggest fish I have seen on my underwater camera, and I just didn't have time to hit the power button. I guess I was more in watching it than anything else. I pulled my underwater camera. I just got tired of watching fish come through, so now I'm doing it the old-fashioned way with just a Vexilar. I've seen some lines, but still no action. Still some fish down there. Well, that'll do it for today's episode of Wisconsin Johnson Outdoors. Once again, we saw plenty of fish on our underwater camera, but we just couldn't get them to come through the ice.
Well, as you can see, Pup didn't have any luck on this trip either. However, we have a secret weapon on our side. This is Clayton Schick from Clayton Schick Outdoors, and during a recent live chat, I posed a question to him that he answered. You'll have to tune in to the next episode of Wisconsin Johnson Outdoors to find out what his advice was for pulling some lake trout through the ice. We'll have to see if his tips help us out in our situation. As always, thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.
I just saw about 24 lake trout the other day on my underwater camera, but couldn't get a single one to bite. Any idea? Lakers sometimes are just not going to bite, period.